Hey, what's up guys, Dropsy, and today I'm bringing you another life story. So I think this is my third or fourth, I'm not really sure. But I'm actually going to bring in about 3, or maybe 4, maybe 2, I'm not really sure, life stories today. And actually pretty interesting. I'm just going to kick it off with the first one today. This actually happened today. Alright, so every day I walk home from school and I get in through my garage. And it's about 20 degrees out right now, and I had to walk home through that about a mile or half a mile or so, so it wasn't too bad. But when I got home, I punched in my garage code, and nothing happened. So usually when you type in the numbers, I don't know if anyone has a garage code here, but it lights up red, so you know that it's like working or whatever when you're typing in the code. The button they push turns red. So nothing was happening. Then when I hit enter, I did this about maybe 30 times, and it just wouldn't turn on. So I called my dad, and he didn't have a key or anything. We just always depended on the garage, and we always thought it would work. So I had to sit out for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, in 20 degrees. I think I have whatever that hypothermia shit is, or whatever it's called. My hands are like purple. Well, they were. I'm inside now, obviously, but they were purple. And it's still stuffy. My hands are a little red, and they're frozen. Like what happened was I finally got a key from my neighbor who usually watches my dog when we're out of town on vacation and stuff. And when I got home, I couldn't turn the key because my hands were so cold. So what I do is I had to go up to my neighbor and get her to come outside, and then she opened my door. So that was kind of embarrassing, but my hands were purple, couldn't move them. I also had to go to the hospital. They were just like a light purple. They were dark. I don't know what would happen. My dad was joking about me with amputation. I do not know how I didn't die there. That was crazy. Thank God. Okay, so that's story number 1. Story number 2. This happened about, I want to say I was 6, maybe. I am not really sure. But I was at this place called the Gaylord Hotel in Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, and what it is a huge resort hotel kind of thing. And we were at this show. It was like a singer lady person. I forgot her name. That was like 8 years ago. And it was kind of like a concert thing. It was at a dinner though, and she had these like 7-year-old elves or whatever age, my age, and they were like super hot, you know. I was looking for that one night stand, and then the waiter came out, and one of my cousins commented about how I thought they were cute or whatever. So she's like, "All right, I'll go get them." So my first instinct was, "Oh my God, I am scared as shit." So what I do, I literally dolphin dived under the table like a champ. No, I didn't really dolphin dive, but I slid under the table and hid. And then my cousins are like, he's under the table. When the little chicks came, they're like, "Hello there." And then, well, they didn't sound like that. They were pretty cute. Probably really hot now. But they had their little like girly voices, and they were like freaking like, they just looked at me weird as shit. Like I'm weird as hell. And then they're like hi, and they talked to me for a little bit, and then they brought me like they brought me a special snack for knowing them or something. And then like the lady did, and after I saw them they were signing stuff, so I went up and apologized, and I got a hug and a kiss on the cheek like a champion. So yeah, that was very interesting. It was pretty funny. It was one of those things where it's funnier if you were there. Well, that's pretty much for all like funny stories, but yeah, it was a weird, embarrassing. That was probably the most embarrassing thing I've done in a while. Alright, this life story is pretty much this is like a course of over like 4 years, so it's gonna take a while. This is my final story, but so we're gonna go back in time here, go back to about 09. So this has to do with baseball, by the way. But what it was, after I used to be like really good at baseball, and in the 2009 season, the beginning of 2009, my team had just won the state championship, and then so we were finally that was like machine pitch, and now we're finally moving up to like kid pitch and all that on Cal Ripken. It's 10U, I guess. And then, so I was about 9 then. I didn't know how to pitch or anything. I just came on, and then my coach just basically taught me how to like throw, and I found out I was really good. I could throw when I was 9. I could hit 65, 66, maybe 67, but that was like probably the fastest in my league. I don't know if you know Arcus, well, all the people who like friends with me do, but him, me, and our other friend were like the 3 fastest. We could all throw in like the high 60s when we were 9 on a 45-foot mound, which is pretty good. I don't know. People who don't play baseball here, that is really good for a 9-year-old. That's crazy. But anyways, over time, all I could throw was fastballs. So my coach expanded my pitches, I guess, and he taught me how to throw a changeup. And what happened? Oh, by the way, a changeup is like a really slow, like fastball that catches people off guard. If you don't know what changeup is, but what happened was I figured out. Well, I didn't figure this out, but I threw it wrong, and I didn't know that I was throwing it wrong. So what happened was I used it a lot in the game, and then I still remember it was like amazing. It wasn't amazing. I just like remember it's like 100% like I can like relive it again in my head. I threw a changeup and I slowed it down like really slow, and like I kind of like jerked my arm so it goes slower, so it still looked like a fastball. But I just remember my arm locked, and like all my like muscle or whatever that is in your elbow tissue and all that, and just like all came together. It's like my arm was locked, and I never had the same throwing motion again. And I just thought it'd be better. Like my coach said it'd take me out because I was like kind of messing up, and I finally got that inning with a few changeups. And then I didn't return because my arm was hurting, and then I went to go to ice. And no one really thought it was anything. Just thought I like hurt it a little bit, and it'd be fine. I rushed it for like a week, I think. And I came back, and my throwing motion, I could not, I don't know, I never had the same throwing motion. I was too scared to like throw as fast as I can. I couldn't throw as fast as I could. And then about a year later, I moved away, I think. Yeah. And then my arm was still having problems. Still messing up. I could only throw like in like the mid 60s then, and that was even when I was like getting older. And then I've been seeing like many doctors through this time period, by the way. But when I moved to PA, which is where I live now, by the way, I was in Florida. It still hurt, and I finally found the sports medicine doctor. He was like former like Phillies, Philadelphia Phillies baseball. He's like the sports medicine guy for the Phillies, and he referred me to this like other sports medicine doctor, and he figured out that like my bone softened in my elbow, and that I had cartilage coming off my bone, and so that was like the reason for the pain and everything. And then since I messed up with my arm with my changeup, my shoulder, like the back humps on your shoulder kind of look like tits. They go out the wrong way instead of going like in, they go out, or vice versa. So like my I don't know really how, but my throwing motion will never be the same. So this past August, I had to get arm surgery, and they just kind of like took out some tissue and they drilled a hole in my bone to create like new blood flow in my bone. But my shoulder's like still messed up, so I can like never play baseball again or anything like that. I can't throw the same. I can't throw hard anymore. I haven't thrown anything in about like half a year or so. So kind of sucks. So I guess the moral of this story is don't push yourself too much until you're ready, and don't take things for granted. If you have something that's really good, keep it that way, and don't ever use it. Alright, so say thank you for watching, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. By the way, I'm sorry for not uploading this yesterday. My laptop was messed up. It would not like open anything. I don't even know if this is gonna work. Hopefully it does. Alright, so comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. By the way, it's gonna be Far Cry or Forza. Alright, peace.